gang, Vince Brusio here from PREVIEWSworld.com. We're here at the Baltimore Comic-Con 2012, talking to none other than Mr. Neal Adams. Sir, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Pleasure.
This man just came off of Batman Odyssey, and people were digging it, sir. What can you tell us about the project?
Well, the interesting thing about Batman, well, there's a number of interesting things. First of all, some people were digging it, some people weren't digging it, and some people were questioning it. Some people were questioning what I was doing. And what I tried to do at the beginning is tried to announce that I was doing a book, not a series of stories. And people seemed to be confused at the beginning because what they were reading were chapters of a book. And they said, I don't understand what's going on, which is sort of the idea of the first and second and third chapters of a book. So for those readers who are thinking that they're reading short stories, they're not. It's a book. It's a 13-chapter book. And the only way you're going to know what the book is about is when you read the 13th chapter and you go, oh, I get it.
Now I get it.
Now I get it. And then you go back and read the first, second, third, fourth, and all the rest of the chapters. And then you discover that they're all related and they all tie together because you've read a book. Sort of like reading a detective novel. You're really not going to know what's happened until the end. And that's what I tried to say at the beginning. A lot of people seem to get confused and they asked questions and they were annoyed, or I wasn't doing the same thing that I used to do with Denny O'Neil. No, I wasn't doing the same thing. I was not doing a series of stories. I was doing a novel. And so now the good thing is, of course, that DC is presenting it as a combined graphic novel, and you'll get to read all 13 chapters. There are so many things covered in these 13 chapters. There's so many aspects that we've never explored before. Shooting Batman in the face, logical thing to do, his face is exposed, very interesting. Why is Batman always fighting with what seem to be clowns? Where did Ra's al Ghul really find the Batcave? Impossible. He might have found Bruce Wayne, couldn't find the Batcave. All of these things are answered in this novel. And when we get to the end, Bruce Wayne, Batman, resolves this question that's raised throughout the whole novel, which begins on the very first page of the first book. So what I'm saying in this book is, for the first time in comic books, we have a novel in 13 chapters. And that's how you have to read it. And when you do that, well, if I've done my job, you'll have a good time.
Then you'll understand we're breaking new ground here.
Well, of course, that's my job, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how people get confused that somehow Neal's changed and he's not doing something new every day. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. And so that's what Batman Odyssey is about. It's about an Odyssey, 13 chapters.